And we are live.
And Todd is wearing a hat, for those that are asking.
I do have a hat on. Black. Black, not brown, black. Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to another Thursday night. This one's a little bit different since this is going to be Devin's last live with us for a while.
Yep. So we'll have a good run tonight. It'll be good.
Yeah. So this is his little send-off.
Yep. But yeah. So we got a little flight tonight of some Penelope.
Yeah, so we have some samples that was sent to us by Ken, who's I like bourbon a lot, one of our viewers, and so we're going to try some of these Penelopes. The first one we got is the rosé. Devin, let's do the rosé first.
Hey Alexa, volume down one. Yeah, I got them all like pre-flighted out, ready to roll. So yeah, we'll just kind of go in through these and give you our notes. We've got the Penelope rosé, the Tokai. Is that how it's pronounced?
I think it's Takagi, right? Is it Takagi?
Tokai.
Tokajai? I don't know.
Yeah. I always thought
something
it was
Japanese. Something Japanese.
Hungarian, apparently.
Oh, is it?
That's what it says. I did a little Penelope research, I guess, on their website. It's like Hungarian oak. I'm like, oh, I thought it was Japanese. But anyway. And then we have a 15-year American light whiskey. And then I have a little bit of the Havana and the, I guess it's marshmallow toasted bourbon. I'm not sure if that's their toasted or if that's like a pick or something like that, but.
Oh no, I'm really looking forward to the American light whiskey, giving that one a try. So I see, and Ken, thank you for the samples. Yep. What's everybody else drinking tonight?
Yep. Cheers, Paul, by the way. I'll miss you too, buddy. So. Yep. Well, the nose on this is pretty nice.
That is actually a pretty nice nose.
I definitely get that floral. Like, if you would have said, what is this? I'd probably be like, some kind of like, it makes you think, all right, 4 roses, but I don't know. It's got more of it. I guess it's in like rosé casks, not exactly like a flower.
Yeah, a rosé is like a wine, right? I'm not familiar with wine, but it's got a floral scent to it for sure. David's drinking the Larceny Single Barrel. Is that the Larceny Single Barrel that dropped here in Ohio this week, David? I think I saw you had picked that up. It was
I saw it.
OHLQ
to like 75 in Ohio. It used to be 69.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Brad's starting with 1910. They're going to do the old Route 8 because he's got a Buckner's 15 pick tomorrow. Yeah, he's on that pick with Brandon from Whiskey Weather. His channel's doing that pick, and he's on that pick with that Augusta 15 year.
Nice.
Cheers, everyone.
Little hard
Keith, nice. Yeah, I got that Hard Truth Sweet Mash. Got a Kroger pick. I've got a Kroger pick. It's from the Kroger in Louisville, the Middletown area of Louisville. Mm-hmm. I got a pick of Sweet Mash Rye from them. Stag 24C. We opened that last weekend.
That one's pretty good.
Yep.
Good my scale here, I guess. But I really liked the A and the C out of that flight. That was really nice.
Yeah, those are the two I liked as well. I think the A was the best of the whole group, but
yeah. No, I got some of the A and the C during Stag Week, so I'm glad I got those ones. So I was like, oh, phew, all right.
I'll give this one a try.
Brad, don't mention that name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go in for a little sip here.
So it's a little tart.
Yeah. A little
tartness on that for sure.
A little sour, but not like off-putting, but like
it's not what I would. I'm not really used to that in a bourbon, right? It doesn't taste like bourbon to me. What I would expect from a bourbon, and it's got to be the finish on it. It just gives it a tartness that kind of overwhelms the rest of the palate.
Yeah. Sally's killing some Mictors. All right. Or
Eric's got Link. What is that? Lincoln Pinch single barrel. Is that from Dueling Grounds? Is that a Dueling Grounds release? I think that Lincoln Pinch from Dueling Grounds Distillery down in southern Kentucky.
I'm not sure. I think I've heard of that one, but I'm like, every time I hear that, I think it's like a Scotch. But I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been there once. We did stop there when we did the Bourbon Trail. Yes, it is. Okay, I thought so. Yeah. Good call by me. Green River Weeded. Donald. Cheers, Donald. So that tan label, I think he's talking about when he says the Green River Weed, he's talking about that tan label. Oh no, that's Bardstown. You know that one that we kept talking about we didn't get? The Bardstown with the tan label?
Yeah.
Their weeded one. I had a sample of it. It's actually really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the best Bardstown I've had. It was the best.
Like Antique Killer, that one?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say it's a 107 killer, but it was actually very good. It was probably the best of that Origin series.
Yeah. Keith, I don't know if I'll be able to chime in. I'll see, but depending on where we're at and the Wi-Fi situation, we'll see. But
yeah, I think it's we'll keep in touch. I mean, I know I'll keep in touch with Devin, but on how much he can join us if possible, that's really up there at this point.
Might take 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we'll see what goes on while he's over there.
Yeah.
Where he's at.
Ooh. Yeah, the rosé one is all right. I mean, I wouldn't probably go out and try to get a bottle of it tomorrow or anything like that. I mean, if I found one and it was like, hey, this is a rosé bottle on sale, I'd be like,
this is a little too tart for me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
Not really a fan
either.
So Silly Yorkie wants to know, what's your Army job?
I am an engineer. Essayons. Yeah, I get to do engineering stuff, the fun stuff. So yeah, it's somewhat of a secret. But
Brad, if he told you, we'd have to kill you. So
not we. Todd would have to do it. He'd have to take his hat off and get his hands dirty.
Yeah, we don't want that.
There you go. All right, Keith, you got it.
So tomorrow I will be headed down, Devin, to Newport to pick up our barrel pick.
Yep, I'm very excited.
So I will be able to get that to you Sunday before you leave, so you'll at least get your bottles.
Yep.
But yeah, so I'll be down there.
Enjoyed that one.
And I think we're gonna probably go to either I don't know, either Old Forester or Buffalo Trace Saturday morning, I think.
Yeah.
We haven't made that decision yet, which one we want to hit. And then we'll come back up and we're going to meet with Cast 529 and Bourbon and Balls and some those other channels and some of the viewers at New Riff around noon. Mm-hmm. So we plan to be there. Keith says, watch for drops at Buffalo Trace tomorrow. Got that crazy new bottle. I know. I'm really hoping that, like, if we're going to be there Saturday morning, they're going to have some special release or something. So we'll see.
The new experimental one?
Yeah, he posted a picture of it. It was like 130 proof.
Okay. That wasn't the all barley one, was it? Or I don't know. I never know when they're having stuff like that.
I don't know what it was, Keith. If you want to put in the chat, I don't remember what the experimental thing from it was. Brad saying New Riff Saturday. Yes, New Riff Saturday. I will be there. So, Brad, Keith, Gandy, all the people who plan to go, I'll meet you there.
Yeah. But yeah, they will not have bourbon over there. But I guess I could look at the duty-free shop or whatever on the way back or whatever and see if they have any bottles of stuff. We'll see. So, yep. Thanks, guys.
Safe travels. Yep. Safe. Of course, Devin, we want you to Godspeed. Stay safe there and come back in one piece.
That's the plan. That's the plan. So,
hello, Patrick.
Welcome to the party, pal.
He said he was offered $200 for that experimental bottle.
Huh.
Well, how much was it in the gift shop, Keith?
I think they were $50. I want to say. Yeah. You wanted this?
It's Takagi. I'm about to pour the Takagi now. Is that how it's pronounced? Takagi? I think so.
Tokaji.
He said it was $45 in the gift shop. I would have loved to be able to pick one of those up.
Yeah. I hope they just don't do a bunch of experimental stuff like what is it? The Heaven Hills.
Oh, geez, Armagnac and all that, all the finished stuff.
Yeah, Schmutz finished and Dumpster Fire finished.
Yeah, they're all I wasn't real happy with those finished select stocks.
Yeah, and they always have like the crazy price on them, and you're like,
yeah, they're like $180 or something.
Yeah,
for those
I feel like they're really good. They're like, all right, we'll turn them into a Parker's, and if not, they're like, well, select stock it out. I don't know. So.
Yeah, we've never had Buffalo Trace release a special bottle when we've been there. I mean, it's always just been their, E.H. Taylor or the Eagle Rare or whatever, but none of their special releases.
Yeah. Apparently,
it's always when we're somewhere when we're not there.
Yeah. I guess Blanton's is $70 now. Taylor's $60.
Yeah, Eagle Rare went up too, I believe, right?
I think it's 45. I don't know. I have to look again, but I mean, I feel like it just changes every so often. And I'm like, oh, I was here, and I'm like, well, I got it for $63. I might as well get it since I'm here. And then the last time I went, it was 70 something after tax. I was like, oh, geez, they raised the price. Now it's still $5 cheaper than Ohio, but whatever.
I don't know. That bourbon guy said he got the Single Oak Project bottle. I actually saw your video. I saw that earlier today. You did a video on it. I don't have any of those Single Oak projects either.
Neither do I. I wonder, like, the age on them. If they did like a select age, like, and they cut it at like 6 or 8 or 10 years, or if they had like some at 6, some at 8, 10 or 12. I know they did different what parts of the tree, top and bottom, different mash bills, different entry proofs, stuff like that. But I wasn't sure if they did anything with the age on it. So if you guys know, let me know. Yeah.
News about whiskey. Who's a 1792 fan? You excited about the new release that they just approved? What is the new? I haven't seen it. What's the new release? I do like 1792. Some of them. I like the 12-year. Full proofs can be good. Bottled in bond.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the sweet. I think the sweet wheat's overrated, personally.
Yeah, I think that one came in third in our blind we did, or something like that. I thought it was going to be like 1 or 2, but
yeah. Yeah, what is the news about 1792? I haven't heard anything. So this Takagi has a nice nose, Devin.
Yeah, very like oaky, woody. You could definitely tell there's something like up with this one. It's not just a traditional bourbon.
Yeah, it's oaky, but there's something about it. It's got some kind of sweetness on the nose.
I'm getting like a Bomberger's vibe because I know they do like experimental tree stuff or whatever, but definitely a little bit more like oak tanniny.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, let's try it out.
That's got like a wine taste to it. To me, it's got like a kind of a wine finish, like a Cabernet or something. I don't know what Takagi is, but
yeah,
it's definitely like something
Hungarian,
in there.
something like that. But that's why I was like Hungarian wood. I'm like, is that like a chickapin or like I'm not sure what the difference is.
He says it's called an extended cask finish, finished in Pinot Noir casks, coming in at 95 proof. Now, I'm not really excited about that. I'm not. No, that doesn't sound like it's up my alley. Yeah. I'm not huge into finished bourbon, especially lower proof ones. Yeah, yeah that's not on my role. I
Yeah,
mean, I'd
just
probably
more
get one
toasted
just to have. I'll get one
barrel
just to have one and try it if I could come across it. But it's not something I'll be hunting hard.
Okay,
So,
Tokaji is Hungarian dessert wine.
oh, so I said it has like a wine taste finish. And well, I guess I didn't know that Kaji is a wine, but it makes
In the
sense.
wine and the Hungarian thing, I guess we got it.
Yeah, put it together, it comes out right.
Yeah,
I think it's better than the rosé though.
Oh,
The
miles
first one?
miles better, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the rosé.
Yeah,
Stronger. I don't know the proofs. You didn't put the proofs on there, Ken, but I'm guessing it's a higher proof than the rosé was.
the Tokaji I think is 96 proof. From my
96, so it's that low. It's pretty
no,
strong.
106, 106. My bad, 106.
106. Okay.
I'm like getting all my numbers. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's his name in what is it? The Hangover. He's going down to the lobby.
He sees all the numbers.
Yeah.
I think it sounds Japanese too, but they're saying it's Hungarian. So.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a sample of those two Penelopes.
Yeah. Tokaji wins though out of those two. And then you get into the crazy high proof 15-year American light whiskey.
So I'm excited to try this American light whiskey.
Yeah.
The other light whiskeys I've had, I've actually enjoyed. Like I never really had any light whiskey before, and we tried. We had that King's American Light, and we had the Obtainium Canadian Light whiskey, and I enjoyed both those. So I'm interested in exploring like the American Light whiskey more. Yeah. I'm excited to try this sample. Now, what's the proof on this one? Any idea? I don't. It's not on the bottle. Enough. Ken knows.
It's hot.
Oh, is it hot?
I tried to sip it before. I'm like, this is a little hot. All right, but it's like in a good way. But I feel like the Canadian or like any kind of light whiskey, it's just like
I think it's got a higher barrel entry proof. I think they come in with a higher barrel entry proof on the light whiskeys.
Yeah, they're not bound to the 125, so they could be in at 130, 140, and just.
That's a little bit of maple on the nose on that.
Anytime I try a light whiskey, I'm like, I just get maple. It has like a clean maple scent. That's why that one time when we were trying that that Taylor, I was like, man, this kind of smells like that.
Brad doesn't like the Penelope. I haven't been a huge fan of Penelope. The 9 years pretty decent, and I like the Rio. I think the Rio is a dessert pour, but the 9 year was okay. But that's about it, really. Other than that, I haven't been a fan of the Architect or any of the other stuff. So,
yeah, I tried some
this
of these.
Has a nice nose to it, though.
I think the Rio was like dead last. The Rio kind of like really took over your palate when you had it. You're like, man, get it out of there.
Penelope's changing their barrel proof and white label. The white label's is that the 4 grain and the barrel proof's red, the white label's 4 grain or something like that?
The red's like 4 grain cast strength.
So this American Light Whiskey is 128.4 proof.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the nose. It's got like some maple on it, a little bit of oak. All right.
Evan Williams vintage single barrels dropped today. I saw they were vintage 2017, and then they were 2025 release for whatnot for Kentucky Bourbon Festival. But I guess they had it for, I thought it said Kentucky Bourbon Festival, but maybe it's some other kind of initials on it. I saw that today.
I like that one. I like that light whiskey. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely oaky. And it does have some of that, like a little bit of that, like kind of maple to it on the palate as well. It's got a really nice finish and mouthfeel. It's got a really nice finish to it. That's definitely the best of the ones out of the sample pack you sent. Is that like with light whiskey?
Yeah. Definitely the highest proof too. So
Yeah. Well, Trevor just picked up a Knob Creek single barrel pick in New York, 10-year. Yeah, you can still find those now and then. I mean, they're rare. It's definitely rare to come across the 10 years anymore.
With Russells, they're just dropping the age just slightly every time. You're like, come on.
Well, the Knob Creeks have always generally been 9, but you could occasionally find like a 10 or 11 or even like a 12 sometimes. But
yeah, they used to have the like 14 and 15-year age dated ones. Well, not age dated, but the like pick ones or whatnot.
Oh, I say New York, Northern Kentucky. My bad. You get butterscotch on it. You can go back in.
Now that I've had a little Glacier Cherry Zero Gatorade to go with this. See how it tastes.
I don't know, maybe butterscotch. I get more like a maple oak mix is kind of what it's coming across to me as, but it's got some of that sweetness in there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. I like that. Like this, I would get a bottle of. So that's pretty good.
Some proof to it.
So, Devin.
Yeah.
You're going to be gone for a while. You're going to be coming back for just a couple of weeks, right? You have like a break in there.
A couple of weeks for the baby being born. I'll be all excited for that. And then it'll be like, all right, back out of here. So I'll come home, take care of the wife and the baby for a little bit. And first child, so I'm excited. And then, after that, I'll be flying back over there. And then I'll come back and have this toddler who's just like moving around.
It'll be walking by the time you get home.
Yeah. Yeah, culture shock. I'll be like, holy smokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And it's just kind of one of those, I usually don't get excited for things until it happens. So I'm kind of like, oh, deployment. Oh, okay. Baby's on the way. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a shock coming home. That'll definitely be a shock for sure.
Yeah.
Coming home to a child.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big change. News about whiskey says he tried the Penelope Havana and it's a pass for him. I didn't particularly like it either. I thought it tasted like more rum than bourbon, but my wife liked it, so we got a bottle.
Oh, there's Matt. Hey. What's up, Matt? Cheers.
Yeah, there's a thank you for your service, Devin.
Yep. Cheers, guys. Thank you. I'm gonna sip on the Havana now. I got a little pour of it here, so we will.
Okay, they'll give us your impression of that.
Yeah, we'll see how it is.
So while Devin's gone, we're not going to stop filming. At least I'm going to be filming and bringing people in. Some of my local friends, like from our bourbon club and stuff, and we'll be continue to do videos, and we'll continue to do lives every Thursday. We'll have people on as guests, and I'm going to reach out to some other YouTube channels to kind of have them join in a stream on our live streams on Thursdays. So, we'll still be continuing everything. Everything's going to keep trying to build the channel, and until Devin gets back, he'll rejoin us.
Yep. Matt, are you sipping on anything in particular tonight?
Cheers, Bloody 81.
Yep. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Yeah, this Havana is I don't know, it's pretty nice for I think 93 proof. It's pretty okay. I mean, you definitely get that rum maple syrup taste to it. But I mean, I think it's a good like dessert pour, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He says, can he send care packages?
You can, but I don't think they'll be allowed to have bourbon in them. So.
Yeah, there won't be any alcohol allowed, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sure the MPs will be like, what the heck is this? It's mouthwash. Mouthwash.
Send it in a scope bottle or something.
What is this like? When people go on cruises and they're like water bottles. These water bottles are really big and full of vodka.
Trevor says during your deployment, OHLQ is going to drop Coy Hill, which
Probably. Oh no.
sorry, Devin. I wouldn't be unhappy.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure they'll drop some crazy stag something, Taylor.
It'll be a BTAC drop.
Yeah, okay. Hey guys, we're lining up Eagle Rare today. Good luck. Canned ham? No, thank you.
Send you some spam. We'll get together and send you some spam, Devin.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't think I would eat it. I think I would just I'd just find a camel out there and give it to them.
All right, so I'm going to try this sample of bee's knees. I haven't tried it yet. You already tried it, right? That's why it's already.
Bee's knees? Yeah, I had a sip of it, and then I gave you the rest of it. So
yeah. And this was from Keith, I believe. I'm actually excited to try this one too because people are pretty excited about it. I think it on some of the message groups and stuff, it goes for pretty good trade value.
The bee's knees.
Yeah, I imagine you trade it for some local fare. Anywhere you go in the world, there has to be alcohol. I mean, I may not be like selling it anywhere, but I'm sure the locals, there's got to be somebody making something in their basement.
Yeah, like toilet wine.
Yeah, like hooch, some prison hooch, something, some kind of tub gin.
No, thank you. Yeah, I like this Havana is pretty good though. I like it. If I had a bottle, I would not be disappointed having one. You know what I mean? I think it's nice.
You like it? So you like that kind of rum because it's very heavy rum on that.
You definitely get like the molasses and maple.
Yes,
it's definitely
absolutely
sweet.
molasses. It was blackstrap molasses. That's what I got when I tried it.
If you don't like sweet liqueur or liquor or whatever, I mean, but also if you have someone that's really into rum or whatnot, and they're trying to get into bourbon, you're like, well, hey, try this one, and they're like, this is actually kind of good, and you're like, it's not too high of proof or anything like that. So
Keith says this bee's knees is very honey forward, so we're going to see. I've only had one honey finish that I've liked, and it was the Blue Note rye honey cast finished rye.
Yeah.
All the rest of them I've had have been very much like hay. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Give this a try. So that's better than other honey finishes I've had. I don't know why people are so crazy for it. I don't think it's that good, but I mean, it's not bad. It's kind of right there in the middle for me.
Yeah. I will say, getting into bourbon, I had no idea that you could have so many things that people store in bourbon barrels. You're like, oh, I know people just stored maple syrup in bourbon barrels or honey in bourbon barrels.
But they're not necessarily bourbon barrels. They're just barrels. It's just you also use them for bourbon, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're like, oh, let me just put honey in here or maple syrup or even beer. When people are like, oh, this is beer finished in bourbon.
People put beer in barrels. Absolutely. The friend of mine he's part of a brewery down in Louisville.
Yeah.
And like he was on the first barrel pick I ever did at New Riff, and he got the barrel from that, and they took it to their brewery, and then they brewed beer and let it age for a couple of years in that New Riff barrel. So that's what they do now. They're doing a lot of like bourbon barrel finished beer or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, bourbon, I do enjoy barrel finished stuff. So that's I even liked that before I got into bourbon. I was like, man, I like this beer that's like stout in bourbon barrels. Maybe it's because it got the proof up, and I was like, oh, I can really get like the robustness out of it. But yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff you can do that. Like you said, you can put in the barrels, and I don't know. I mean, wine was always done in barrels, right? So wine barrels. That was always in cognac and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Brandy.
Yep.
Yeah, this isn't bad. I mean, it's not great. I'm not sure what the hype behind it. I mean, I don't quite get the hype behind it.
Yeah. Just got the name, the bee's knees, I'm gonna try some of this
The
Penelope's.
raspberry beanies.
We'll see how this is.
He says he thinks it's the rarity of the bottle. Could be. I mean, people like to get stuff there's not a lot of, right? I mean, that's pretty common. I believe Short Barrel. So Short Barrel is down in Georgia, right? And they're one of the ones that go around. They buy barrels from Kentucky distilleries, and then take them down to Georgia and let them age kind of in the Georgia heat down there. So it's like Kentucky bourbon or whatever that they're aging in Georgia.
Yeah, kind of like 13th Colony.
Well, yeah. Well, they distill their own stuff, but yes, they do have that lot of stuff they source for their older stuff they're using. I don't know how much of it sourced they're using now.
Yeah,
I think they've been in operation for a while, so a lot of that might be phasing out. We'll see.
Yeah, I think they've been doing 15 years now,
Yeah.
according to last year at least. But
Didn't somebody post in our group chat something about 13 Colony doing like a double oak
single barrel.
Double oak single barrels. That's it. That would be something great to get. I'd like that. That'd be nice.
Yes, I would go bonkers for one of those.
Yeah, that would be crazy. We never see the double oak, much less will you see a double oak single barrel, right?
There's only like 10 or so states that it actually drops in, so they don't like do anything with Ohio. So I think they might start to do their like small batch stuff, but I still haven't really seen it in stores in Ohio.
Yeah, I haven't seen it here either. So Yorkie says she's 1.5 hours from 13th Colony. So if I was that close, I'd definitely go visit. Yeah. I'd be down there.
I'd probably go there and just be like, hey, is there any food in the area? And get some good lunch and have some of that too. Yeah.
She's got double oak.
Ah, there you go.
It went in the lottery.
Yep. Yeah, I think I entered for it, and I was like, got nothing.
It's got a pretty nice nose, though. This bee's knees. It's definitely sweet.
Yeah.
I have to let my wife try this one.
Yeah, the 13 colonies I have, I traded for. I was like, these are too good. I got at least find one, and then I got the batch 2 and the batch 3. So, I really like them. They're my top.
I've only had them because I drank Devin's. Yeah, I don't have one.
Nope.
I've got the cast strength from last year, the regular cast strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did a review on that one way back when.
Way back, yeah.
Reviews of steel barrels and stuff like that. And,
I think that's before we ever got like our equipment upgrade. It's one of those old videos with a bad sound.
Yeah, it's hey guys, whiskey sippers here. Try some food. What's going on?
Yeah. All right, Devin. So, what do you want to pour now?
Oh,
it's your show. Your send off.
I mean, it's staring at me in the face over here. I mean, I would say this Russell's 15 looks pretty good sitting on my shelf. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Russell's 15.
All right. I'll grab mine.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to do like all the bottles I have very little left in. I'm like, all right, I have to finish these off before I head out of here. So I'm like, well, I'll have a little bit of that with you guys on the live, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. So yeah.
David got the 13th colony from the sample pick out of our bag. Oh, do you mean my trunk samples? When you pulled the trunk sample, was that the 13th colony? Yeah, this Russell's 15 was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. All the hype around it is true. Yeah. If you didn't get a chance to try it or get one and you run across it, you just got to, because it is that good. It really is.
I have 2 backups after this. I was like, I got one in the trade last weekend. I was like, I totally have to get another one. And that way I have 2 when I come home, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. I can fresh crack a new one. And yeah, so.
I got maybe about a third left in this.
Yeah.
And then I got one more as backup.
An eighth. I've got like 3 pours left in here. So.
Is it worth the cost? It depends what the cost is in your area. So here in Ohio, everything's price controlled. So for $250, yes.
Yeah,
that's one of the few bottles I would say is worth $250. So for yes, it's absolutely worth that MSRP. Now, I'd probably go up to I'd say $350, $375. They're probably where I would personally max out. But I don't know if there's any bottle worth like 500-600. I don't know if I'm ever going to spend that on one bottle cash.
Yeah. I don't know. I think these are so good. Like, I feel like I'm getting into that like part of my whiskey journey where I'm starting to narrow down what I like my big go-to. Like, if I had to spend money on a bottle, I'm like, all right, this is one I would probably spend a little more on versus getting 5 or 6 like
Yeah.
shelfers. So I'm like, you
Yep.
know what? I'd rather save up a little bit and get this really nice occasion bottle. And I'm like, okay,
Just the legs on that are just crazy oily. It's so good. So Trevor said he was only a month into bourbon hunting when the Russell's 15 dropped, and he thought 250 was too much. So I'm guessing you had a chance to get one. You passed on it. Oh, that would hurt.
I would have had it. But I mean, that's the other thing. It's like some people like Wild Turkey, some people don't. So if you're like, you know what, I don't like Wild Turkey, I don't like Russell's products, or whatever, it's too oaky, then go for something else.
Renee's right. She says it says a lot for me to say it's worth like more than cost because I'm a Scrooge, and I am kind of a little bit of a Scrooge. I don't like spending too much on a bottle. So if I say it's worth $250 or even more, then you know it's got to be a really, really good pour.
Yeah.
Oh, and the nose on it. The nose is like a chocolate covered Luxardo cherry. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Yeah. It's like almost perfect. Like if you said this is all you can have and blah blah blah, I'd like, okay, I guess that is what I'll have to have. I guess I would not be mad. I mean, I would still like to try other things and whatever. But this is the one I was stuck on an island with. I would not be like, no, get me off this island.
I'd say it's the best bottle I have in my collection. I mean, I've got a George T. Stagg. I've got some really good bottles, but I'd say this is probably the best bottle I have.
Yeah. I think it's definitely top 5, top 10 for sure. Probably top 5. I really like it a lot. So, yeah, quite delicious.
Oh, the finish is just amazing. Do you have the pours planned for your baby? Well,
I do have a specific bottle.
He's got a big one planned when deployment's over.
Yeah, I have like when I get home after having the baby and making sure my wife's okay and all that. Like I'm sure I'll have a sip or two of something off of here, but I do have a special bottle that when I get home from deployment, I am planning on opening and enjoying, and I think it'll be a nice one. And I don't know if I want to keep people in suspense or if I should just tell you what it is, but Todd knows what it is.
Yeah, I know what it is for sure. Trevor says, quit hyping the bottle. It makes him mad he don't have one. Sorry, Trevor, but it's that good. It really is.
Terrible. If you guys got one and you don't want to open it, just send it to Todd and I, and we'll make sure it gets disposed of properly, like the EPA or whatever.
No, not a Mixtures 20, although that is one of Devin's bottles that he very, very much wants. I know.
Yes, that is on my bucket list bottles. If I had a Mixtures 20, it might be the one I would open. I'm very, I could be persuaded. Persuaded.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, maybe I'll have to find a birthday bourbon this year. It's a good idea, Paul. I'll see if I can find a 2025 birthday bourbon and be like, all right, there you go.
He says to get a Blanton's with the baby's birthday on the barrel date.
That is the plan. I'm hoping to finally get like a case of that. So like I have a bottle of Blanton's from my birthday moons ago that I somehow found, and I was like, holy cow. But if I could get, 2 or 3, and I could be like, hey, this is the one for you to have. It's got your birthday on it. You can keep it, open it, whatever. And then we'll open one when you're 21. And like, all right, cool. That's like the one to share and have over here. And I think it'd be cool now being able to get like 2 or 3 bottles if possible. So we'll see.
So Yorkie says she was offered a birthday bourbon for $700. That's about secondary. I mean, they range from $700 to like $1,000 depending where you're looking. Yeah, that's kind of that's the secondary price they go for.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to get one for that much, but
yeah, I wouldn't want to pay cash for that much. As much as I love Old Forester, and I've had a couple of birthday bourbons now. I've had like 3 different ones, but that's a lot to pay for cash. That's way above, the SRP.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, Rye Guy. Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
I got your bottles. I'm going to send them out next week. Anybody who's on who won something in our giveaway the other night that needs shipped, I'm shipping out next week because we're also picking up our barrel pick, like I said, tomorrow. So I'm going to ship everything the same time instead of having to make multiple different trips.
Yeah.
So everything goes out next week unless I'm actually going to see you Saturday at together at New Riff, and I'll be bringing what you're supposed to get.
Yeah.
So Keith and Brad.
Yeah, this Russell's is.
Yeah, this is good. This is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what else is everyone sipping on tonight?
Mm.
Brad, you got to get that King of Kentucky opened up pretty soon.
Mm. Yeah, Brad, you said you closed on a house. When do you start finishing everything up and moving in?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I remember when I got my house, I was like, all right, I'll open up my bottle, but I'm like, I waited like a couple of days. I was like, house is empty. It doesn't feel right yet. And then I was like, all right, now I'm like, all right, now I'll do it. So it's nice.
Did the inspection today. Oh, yeah, you're getting close then. Get the inspection done. Everything passes through.
Hopefully everything passes through and you're not like, oh, there's this and that. And you're like, ah.
Trevor's drinking a Blanton's Old Fashioned.
Very nice. Now, when you make old fashions, do you use Luxardo cherries? My one of my favorite ones. That like an old fashioned with a Luxardo cherry and a little bit of orange or whatnot.
You had maple Old Fashions at your wedding.
I did with Geauga County maple syrup. Oh, it's nice.
David wanted to join the party, so he poured his sample of 15, and it's fantastic.
Yep.
Mm. Oh, so when I do old fashions, I like to make them with rye. I prefer an old fashioned with rye, which I don't drink them very often. I almost always drink neat, but I like a rye and old fashioned. Gives it a little more kick to it.
Yeah, like combats the sweetness.
Shauna's drinking Cabernet, so Shauna's a wine drinker.
Very nice. Any particular brand of Cabernet Sauvignon? I used to when I did drink more wine, I would do more Cabernets. So
I don't do wine, so I'm not even sure the difference, honestly.
Yeah. When I was going through like do I like beer? Oh, okay. Do I like wine? Oh, I like Cabernets, I guess. Do I like this? Do I like vodka? Okay, I'll do this vodka. But I've been landing on bourbon and I haven't looked back. So yeah.
Got to use Bada Bing cherries. I've never heard of those. I know Luxardo. I like the Luxardo cherries.
Yeah, Luxardos are really good. Yeah, my stepmom got me a whole tub for the wedding of Luxardo cherries, and I need to dig into those more. Pretty good.
Scott's sipping on Riverset Rye.
Never heard of that one.
Got it for $13 at his local place. So, yeah, never heard of that one.
Yeah, any more details on that? If it's like barrel proof or age?
Is it like a Kentucky? What distillery is it from? Oh, no. Oh, news about whiskey's drinking some Ardbeg. Oh, the scotch I've had, I think Ardbeg's been the worst of it. Oh, my gosh.
The best bourbon or whiskey, Todd. It's the one that...
Yeah, is not scotch.
I have one bottle of scotch here, and that's because... if I have a friend that comes over and wants to try some scotch, and I think it's a good one. I don't know. It's a Belvaline 12-year, I think. Belvini, whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Comes in a white tube, though. So looks cool.
White tube. It's got a tater tube. It's Scotch tater tube.
My spare E.H. Taylor barrel proofs in the tube over there.
Yeah, that I can't do the peated smoky stuff. Bill says, what follows RR15? My night's ruined. There's not much that can follow it, honestly. Taste-wise, it's very tough.
What follows Russell 15?
That Warbringer that we had the other night on the live, that sample, that was awful. That reminded me of like a peaty scotch.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was one of the worst things I've had in a long time.
It was bad. Thanks, Keith. for the Warbringer.
Yeah. Oh, I just keep nosing this 15.
World Wines carries Bada Bing cherries. Like I said, never heard. Of course, anything cocktails I make are so rare, far and in between that I normally just use whatever cherries I pick up at the store. Because I always have to buy a new one because they'll go bad.
So the Luxardo ones, they sit in this like alcoholic juice, and that's what kind of like preserves them for a little bit.
Cheers, Bourbon Nerd. Thanks for joining us. More RR15. David said, what follows RR15? More RR15.
I mean, I got some Russell's 13 I have to kill pretty soon.
I don't have one open.
Let's see. What are you thinking, Todd?
Brian says, King of Kentucky, Brad. That'd be a good follow if I had one open. If I had one.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Something with some panache or whatever.
Some panache?
Yeah. Take a gander here.
Yeah, pick something out. I'd say grab a rye. Pick a rye.
Rye.
If you have a rye you like. If you have any ryes
I mean, I have a Victor's rye that I love, but I don't have one open because I'm trying not to open any bottles before I leave and have it sit there.
Do you have your toasted barrel strength rye open? Your Michter's toasted barrel strength rye?
I do. Want to do that?
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I got one of those open. All right, Michter's toasted barrel strength rye.
See, mine's 109.6 proof.
Mine is 107.8 proof.
I remember talking to some of the people at Michter's, the distillery, and they were like, "Yep, we had some barrels that were 114, 115 proof." That I was like, "Wow!" They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna hold on to those ones and do like a special VIP release or some kind of like for the bar only exclusive or something." I was like,
"What was that? The toasted barrel rye?"
Yeah, but it was 115 or 14 proof. I was like, "Man, that sounds nice."
Here's an interesting question, Devin. What's going to be the last pour before you leave and the very first one when you get back?
I don't know yet. I'll see what's in the. I'll look at my shelf and be like, "That's almost empty. That's almost empty. All right, let's do that." I don't know what's going to be. I don't know.
Your last pour should be the George T. Stagg that you opened at your wedding. Maybe. That should be the last thing you try before you leave.
Oh my goodness gracious! So I get it down off here.
Brad says the last thing should be Malort, so you don't want anything else.
I have about 3 or 4 ounces left, George T. So I'll see. I do have a backup, but I will.
Yeah. You have that one last couple ounce pour. It should be the bottle that you'd open at your wedding.
Yeah. I don't know. Or I could save it till I get back, and then my wife and I, when she has the baby, she could be like, "All right, I can finally have a pour of bourbon with you." All right. So,
well, you got enough in there. You can have one pour to leave and still have it when you get back.
That's right. I guess that's true. I'll have to like sample it up in a little bottle so it doesn't get all oxidized or whatnot. But,
yeah.
But yeah, and then first when I get back, I'm not sure if I'll do anything crazy high proof right away. Maybe I'll do like a Michter's 10 and be like, "All right."
Yeah, if you go a long time without drinking any and you try to get something high proof, it might hit you hard. You're right.
Oh, no, hit me hard.
I mean, like trying to drink it, it might bring back that. Because, when you're drinking high proof, you can't start out high proof, right? You got to start out like when you're first getting into bourbon, it burns too much when you're drinking some high proof. You got to start out like drinking lower proof stuff and work your way up.
Yeah.
He'll want Warbringer when he gets back.
Yeah. I remember, like, if you guys saw, like, whiskeys or bourbons that got us into drinking bourbon or whatever, like, I used to say I would always add, like, an ice cube and then, like, a little splash of water or something and, like, finally into that proof, I guess. But Am I locking up?
You actually said, are you locking up your bar before you leave? If not, what's your address?
It'll be on a do not drink anything off of the shelf bar.
He's gonna lock it all in the barrel room.
Yeah. But yeah, then with the barrel, I have we'll see how that ages when I get back. So I think it'll be a lot better. I mean, I think it's pretty good where it is right now. It's like a solid 102 proof, real nice, and it's definitely like a nice opener / middle of the night kind of pour, I guess. So we'll see how it is in about a year.
Yeah. Speaking of, there was David just asked about the infinity barrel, how we want to handle that while you're gone. Are we still donating bottles?
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, even if Todd drops off bottles or one of the guys in the bourbon group comes up and says, hey, I'm going to drop some bottles off at your address or whatever, I'm sure my wife can throw them in there and we'll keep it going. But I'd rather keep it going and letting it age and whatnot. Or when I get back.
Then when you get back, it'll be almost, well, it won't be a year yet, but it'll be over 6 months.
Well, yeah, the first time I get back. So even then, even if I add it when I first get back, we can definitely add it, and then it'll have another like 7-8 months or so in it. So, but yeah, if you guys have any bottles you want to contribute, please let us know, and I'd love to throw it in there.
Yeah, if you have bottles and you get them to me, I'll get them to Devin's, and they'll get in the barrel one way or another. Yeah,
I'll try to get them in before I go or when I come back for that little break, and then should be pretty good though. But yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes. I mean, I think it's pretty good where it's at. Like when you like have a little science experiment, you're like, I hope it turns out well. And when you set like good standards to have it where it's not like, no offense to those Scotch drinkers watching, but not like Scotch or like crazy finishes or anything like that. You're like, oh, this actually turned out pretty well. You don't get like any kind of peatiness or anything like that. So
yeah, it's actually pretty decent where it's at right now. I would like to see like some early times or something put in there, bottled and bond, just to kind of give it a little more of a darker, a little bit depth to it. But it's not bad. Whereas right now, it's got a little bit, to me, it had a little bit of a bubble gum on it. So
yeah. Well, thank you, Shauna. I'm going to see Todd Sunday for a little bit. So any bottles that you guys see and you want to give down to him while he's down in Kentucky.
On Saturday, I'll bring to Devin on Sunday, and he can put them in before he leaves. So. So definitely if you have any you want to contribute, let me know on Saturday when I'm putting new riff with you guys.
Yeah, I think we got almost 90 some bottles in there right now. So
yeah, it's about a third full. A third full on there. It's coming along pretty well. Also, Devin, I want you to thieve me a few sample bottles.
Yep.
And while you're gone, I'll give them out as some prizes here and there. Yep. While you're away.
Yeah, I'll thieve those this weekend, and I'll give them to you Sunday, and then it should be pretty nice. I think if you guys get them and you try them and you like them, let us know if you want us to add anything else more in particular or anything like that. But I mean, I think where it's going and where we'll probably be in a year will be pretty good, especially
I think so too.
Yeah. Brad's milking that Russell's 50. I would too. I have a little bit left here. I was like, I'll just have a little right at the end or whatnot.
So Devin, we're going to do our Patreon giveaway tonight for this month while you're still here. It's your last one. But we're not giving away a bottle or a sample this time. Instead, we're going to give away a little bit of merch. We've got a set of coasters and a trucker's cap with our Whiskey Sippers logo.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the Patreon giveaway. And I'm going to go ahead and get that set up and spin that.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard us talk about them before, but these coasters are quite dense. I think they turn out very well. So,
all right. So I've got the names of the Patreons in there. Basically, it's the same thing we're doing now. Kind of going forward is for whatever tier you're in. That's how many entries you get. I'm going to shuffle this 3 times. We're going to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
Steven. So Steven's going to be getting a hat and some coasters.
Yep. Awesome. Well, congratulations, Steven. Hope you enjoy the hat. I know you wear hats.
Yeah. Brad, he is lucky. He has won quite a few. I swear. Some people just got that luck.
Yeah, I only usually only wear hats when the army makes me. Then I'm like, all right, fine, I'll wear a hat. But normally, I usually don't wear hats that often.
David said it's hard to kill a good bottle. I agree with you. Sometimes I'll get a bottle down to just a little bit, and it's like, man, I don't want to drink that last pour, especially if you don't have a backup of it. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Usually by that point, I'm like, if it's that good and I'm like worrying about it, I'm like, I gotta find another backup. And then by that point, I'm like scouring to trade somebody for one. And they're like, oh, I've got one. They're like, give it to me. Let me trade you. I need it.
Yeah, it's hard to kill those good bottles. It's definitely hard to kill those good bottles.
But yeah, this Michter's, I definitely get like a toasted pecan. Yeah.
You definitely get pecan on that. There's definitely pecan on that toasted rye. Yeah, Silly Yorkie called it a cover. It's not a hat, it's a cover, Devin.
Oh yeah, cover.
Yeah, it's just a cover.
As I was. I'm standing down here. I do have my head over here. Let me go get it. There you go.
There he goes.
All right. Cheers, guys.
All right, Captain.
Nope.
All right, cheers. Thanks for joining us, Paul.
Yep.
Go defend the freedom, Devin.
Yep. We'll do. That way you guys can keep
go reclaim some
bottles in Santa America, you know?
You can go reclaim some of that USAID money wherever you're going. I'm sure some was spent there.
I'm gonna kill this Michter's now.
I definitely like the ryes over the bourbons with the Michter's.
I will say the same until you get into that 10-year, and then all of a sudden it's like they're like neck and neck. I think. I don't know, but I'm hoping they would bring it back, the Michter's 25-year rye, or at least release a 20-year rye. I mean, that would be pretty cool. I've been watching a lot of the show Billions, so thanks to Matt was like, you got to watch Billions. They have Michter's in there all the time. I was like,
oh, really? I've never seen the show. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's basically about hedge funds and district attorneys trying to prosecute them, and then them being like, oh, we're not doing any shady deals, and then them doing shady deals, and then a bunch of cat and mouse games.
Well, when I watch a show, I've watched like several times through that's just full of bourbon. Is Justified. There's all kinds of bourbon in Justified.
Yeah. So I don't really watch that show, but I don't know. Matt was like, they have Michter's everywhere in that show. You should definitely watch it. And then they'll put it in there, and they overuse it, and they'll have the Michter celebration and all that other kind of stuff. It's just like a random bar, like a dive bar, and you're like, what? Okay. Oh, they're like, oh, product placement. Yeah, okay.
So how closely are you going to be watching while you're gone and you see what's dropping, like in our area? And you're just going to be like, oh, my God, I'm not there.
I'm sure I'll do the old, I'm sure you guys will tell me, hey, by the way, this is coming out this weekend. And then I'll just see if my wife can stop at the store. We'll see. And she's like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm like, all right, whatever, that's fine. But if not, it is what it is. I mean, if anything, I'll save some money and not buy bourbon for a year. But if
there you go.
If I'm able to get a bottle or two while I'm gone, I'll be happy. So
yeah, Keith, Justified is awesome. That's one of my favorite series of all time. Justified is fantastic.
Is that the one with the guy that plays Hitman? I forget his name.
Plays a hitman. He's a
outlaw.
U.S. Marshal.
Yeah, but I think it's the guy that plays Hitman in the movie Hitman.
Oh, I have not seen the movie Hitman.
Oh yeah, Agent 47.
I have not seen that, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I know. That's why he said. I was like, I don't know if Anna's really going to want to go out and stand in line to get liquor, just being pregnant or having a newborn.
Yeah, probably not. I see everyone though. You're drinking this, huh? Yep, I am. As soon as this baby's out of me or whatever. He's a bit interesting. Are you sure? I don't know.
Yeah, so you're going to have quite a lot of misses, especially with some of the stuff coming out this year.
Yeah,
with the Eagle 12 and the Jack Daniels 14. And some of these bottles will definitely be hunting.
Yeah. Well, if you see one and you somehow get an extra 20 of them or whatever, and you want to give them, I'll get you some cool stuff overseas or something.
But think of it this way: when you do get back, I'll have you over. We'll have a little get together, and the stuff you didn't get, you can at least try. I'll have it, and you can try
I'll
it.
be like, glad I missed out on this one. I'm like, I really missed out on this one though. No. Yeah. So we will see.
Hmm.
I think I might combine.
You wanted me to shoot you in the front. You should have run towards me.
Huh?
There were some great quotes in Justified. That was a really good show.
Yeah. I never really got into it. I saw little snippets. You see little not TikToks, but little whatever of them, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I just never watched it.
Yeah, you need to watch that all the way through. That's a fantastic show for sure.
Well, I'm sure I'll come up with a whole bunch of shows I want to watch while I'm over there. / it'll be like work, go to the gym, eat, show, talk to the wife, repeat. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the first season started out a little slow, and then it got just really good going forward.
Yeah.
Brad says I'm lagging.
I'm not seeing any lagging. I don't know. Usually I chime in right away. I'm like, oh no, we lost him. But
yeah, I haven't really had that issue since Paul came over and helped me get set up with a mesh network or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Man, some nice pours tonight. Very nice.
I haven't seen that one yet, Keith. I do plan on watching it though. Landman, the new one that's out there with Billy Bob Thornton.
I haven't heard of that. I think I might have heard about it, but I don't know if I've seen anything about it.
It's on Paramount Plus. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But I definitely plan to watch it.
Yeah.
But because I think it's like Yellowstone. I like Yellowstone a lot, but Justified, it's probably between Justified and Breaking Bad is my favorite series of all time.
Oh yeah, I really like Breaking Bad. I did see that one.
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Watched was it like 4 or 5 seasons, and I thought it was done, and I was like, oh, and then I remember being like, hey, there's supposed to be an M60 machine gun somewhere in here, and I didn't see that yet. And I'm like, hang on, and then I went back and I was like, oh my god, no spoilers.
Yeah, it's the final season. Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, there's one more season. I was like, no, look. So like 4 months went by. I thought it was done. I was like, oh, that was pretty good. And then I was like, oh, still have more to go. Excellent.
Yeah, that's a great series for sure.
Yeah. It's one of those series I never got into, and then I finally was like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and watch this. And I was like, yep. I'd watch 7 or 8 episodes a day. I'm like, all right, that's good. All right, next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to do one more pour, Devin?
Yeah, one more.
What do you want to do?
Let's see here. Jeez Louise. Don't get old, everyone. All right, let me put this Russell's back. You guys have any requests? I'm trying to look on this shelf here and see what I got here. So,
Brad asked a question. He said, "Did you see the judge's ruling on machine guns? Look it up. It just happened. Working towards making them less restricted." I saw the ruling he's talking about, Devin. I think I think in Missouri, someone had a machine gun. He didn't have a stamp for it, and the judge ruled that he's allowed to have a machine gun in his own home or something like that. It was some ruling like it's a violation of the Second Amendment to not allow him to have one in his home. Something like that. Yeah.
So you just have to build an indoor shooting range on your home.
Yeah, you can't leave your house.
I mean, hey, I'm down. Let's see. You boy, You don't have any Michter's 10, right? 10-year.
No, not open. No.
I mean, George T. Stagg. Maybe.
I've got George T open.
Why not? Screw it.
All right, last pour for live for Devin for a while. So
Yep. Got to get drink anyway.
We'll make it a big one. George T. Stagg. Mine is 2023, 135 proof.
Yep. Oh, Dave said old fits. Well, we'll do
a new blend.
Yeah, we'll do the George T, and maybe we'll do a quick nip of the old fits. But
yeah, if it's gonna be the last pour of a live with you for a while, we'll make it a special one. We'll do the George T.
George T. Russell's 15 to George T. Lame. Okay.
Lame. So yeah, mine is the 2023 at 135 proof.
Mine's a 2022, 138.7.
Oh man, the nose on that's so good. So we did shoot a video that I just finished editing today, where we did a head-to-head blind between George T. Stagg and the Smoke Eye Hill, because a lot of people were saying Smoke Eye Hill was the George T. Stagg killer. But it won't be out for probably a couple of weeks. We did shoot enough videos, Devin, that like through the first week of March, we have videos scheduled.
Yep. So I'll be around for a little bit longer.
Cheers, David.
Cheers, guys. Well,
yeah, at least on the channel and videos, you'll be around for a while.
Yeah, you'll be like, I thought he was gone. You're like, no, he's still around somehow. He's floating around.
He flies in on the weekends to do recordings.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, the nose on that is just on a different level.
Now, which is your favorite, Russell's 15 or George T. Stagg?
Russell's 15. Russell's 15 still has a better nose.
I think so too. So,
but this is absolutely amazing. But that Russell's 15 is different.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, George T. Stagg does have the proof, and they're both the same age statement and whatnot. And well, not age statement for the George T., but it is 15 years and change. But, yeah, yeah, yep. Cheers, guys. Thank you,
Donald. You got the 2019. I have the 2019 George T. Stagg. Also, it's not open yet. But yeah, the one that's a little lower proof was 2019 release.
Todd, when are you going to open that one?
I was saving it for our 25th anniversary.
Okay, there you go.
So a couple more years.
There you go. All right, well, I'm done nosing this puppy. I'm going to dive in. But yeah, it smells really good. This was my first
fantastic bottle.
What's that?
Fantastic bottle.
Yeah.
Can't afford George T. Stagg. I can't either at secondary, but this was a lottery win, so it was MSRP. Yeah, I wouldn't. Secondary is too much. I mean, $1,000 or $700-800 or whatever is too much. But yeah, at MSRP, man, that's can't beat that. Like $125.
Or when in doubt, just trade for them.
Yeah, or you can trade for them, and then you're still going more than MSRP, but you're trading bottles at a secondary price for something that's secondary. It comes out less out of pocket.
Usually. Or you're like, you know what? I don't need this one. Or you win, like, let's say you win a lottery for one bottle, and you're like, you know what? I'd rather have this bottle or whatever. Or you get one at MSRP waiting in line. And you're like, you know what? I'd rather trade for that. Sometimes it's pretty good too.
Yeah, the other one I traded for. So, I traded bottles at their secondary price for the secondary price of George T. So my out of pocket was still a lot less than trying to pay cash for one.
Yeah. Keith, that sucks. I don't know how you found it for that much, but I wish you would have gotten one.
So that's not so. Who was it? Trevor was talking about he passed on the Russell's 15 because he was just new to bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started getting to allocate, I really didn't know the different bottles that well and what they went for. And we were on a road trip. We were in New Hampshire, and I came across a Thomas H. Handy for $2.99, and I passed on it. I was like, that's too much. It was like $120 MSRP, $300 too much for it. I didn't really know secondary at that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, now I kick myself. I would have definitely paid $2.99 for it.
Yeah. But even then, it wasn't like you found it for like $99 or 120, and you're like, oh, I really messed up.
The reason I didn't get it is because I compared it to the MSRP. I looked it up on OHLQ. I was like, oh, this is like a $120 bottle, and they're charging $300. That's too much for it. I didn't really understand the rarity of that specific bottle.
Yeah.
What's better, George T. or William LaRue? Man, that could really come down to the specific gear of the bottles and really your personal palate. I think I like George T. better, but that William LaRue is really, really good too. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I think it comes down to the specific bottle, specific gear, because like even between the George T's, you can taste the difference between each bottle.
All right. I think the William LaRue is, I don't know. It's always a toss up. Like you were saying, yeah, kind of like, this one or that one. And
40 years, never had a George T. Stagg. Oof. It's so good. It's really, really, really good bourbon.
Like a bar or something and just try a pour of it. And, if you're there for like your birthday or like a, party or something, just be like, you know what? I'm going to have one. Let's do it. But, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be a sad bottle when it goes.
Yeah, I'm down to maybe 2 more pours left in mine.
Yeah. I think I've got
2 pours left.
Maybe 3. So I'm sure I'll have one more before I head out. And then maybe I'll just put the other one in a sample bottle when I get back. I'll be like, all right. That way it doesn't oxidize or anything like that for 9 months or whatever. Yeah.
Just getting into trading. When I first started buying the bottles, I didn't know anything about the trading, like the whole secondary market and all that either, until I kind of got into it on Facebook is where I really found it. Yeah. And that's when I started to see like how people were valuing stuff and what was worth what. And it was all kind of crazy. And before that, it was just like either I find it and buy it or I just didn't have it.
Yeah, trading is nice. Because a lot of times you're
Devin's big into trading. I mean, I've done some trading, but you're big into trading. You do a lot of trades.
I don't do as much, but like usually what I'll do is I'll plan out with my buddy and I'll be like, you know what, he usually has like a lot of stuff he gets in or whatnot, and then I'll try to coordinate with like when I'm coming down to see you or do any kind of like stuff down there, and I'm like, I'll try to meet up with him, do some trades, and then whatnot, and usually it works out pretty well. So, but there's a lot of bottles because like we're Ohio, so we get controlled state, and the bottles that come in are very like, we don't do this for Ohio, or we do, but there's only like 6 per store, and sometimes I can't get it. So sometimes I'm just like, well, I was able to wait and get these other 2 bottles. I'll trade for this 1 bottle or whatnot. So
yeah. Brad said a lot of new names tonight. Love it. Welcome everyone. Join the Discord and Patreon, all that. Yes, I do have seen quite a few names. Thanks everybody who's joined. If you're new, if you go to the description in our videos, we do have a Patreon. We have a Discord channel. Come join us, and we appreciate everybody for joining in for sure.
Yeah, we do sample giveaways once a month, and then we also do each tier or whatever we give away like a hat or a glass or a shirt or whatnot. And
then, we do monthly Patreon giveaways, and then every once in a while we do special giveaways like bottles and things like that, special lives. So,
and then we just did our 1,000.
Keep it a little interesting.
Subscriber giveaway, which we gave away 7 bottles and some samples and some from the barrel and some coasters and a whole bunch of stuff.
And we did a barrel pick with our Patreon members. We raffled off or spun off and got our Patreon member spots in the barrel pick team, and we only sold the bottle. We sold the bottles to our Patreons. So,
yep. So, well,
all right, Devin. Well, Godspeed.
Yep.
Thank you for your service. I'll see you Sunday, but the rest of everybody else out there, I'm sure everybody wishes you, Godspeed, good luck, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you when you get back.
Yep, I'll make the most out of it, and I think it'll be a good time, for what it is. And yeah, well, I'll see you guys then, and enjoy the videos that are still with me until then, I guess. So
Yeah, and while you're gone, if you ever want to just like record a video and send it to me, I'll post it up and everything. So just want to check in and let us know how things are going.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thanks,
Well,
guys.
thanks for your service.
Appreciate it, and just remember that the next time, the best bourbon whiskey
is the one you like the most.
Yep. All right.
We'll see you guys. Steven, you did win. Bye, guys.
Mm-mm-mm.